What's up, YouTubes? Today we have probably the most requested video I've ever gotten, and we're gonna finally do it for you guys. People always want to know about log press, log tips, log this, log that. We're gonna go through and show you everything you need to know to become the greatest log presser of all time. So stay tuned, check it out, make sure you hit like, subscribe, take notes, and see you at Worlds when you're breaking log records. Here we're spoiled. Most people don't have these pads, and if you do, it's way better. Also, you want to replicate what you're going to do in competition. So if you're going to do an amateur show and that person who hosts normally has you picking stuff off the ground, then don't use the pads. But for me, for all my shows, I never pick up off the ground anymore. We've always got pads. So make sure it's the same. Make sure you got the same log. You know, if it's gonna be a 10-inch, 12-inch, there's a lot of differences and a lot of weird stuff. In a perfect world, you'll be able to replicate what you're doing in competition, whether it's indoor, outdoor, big log, small log, heavy log, light log, white, black, red, yellow, whatever. Make sure you're doing the best you can to make it the same as it's gonna be in competition. While we're here, make sure you stay stoned. Wait, get stoned? Get stoned, not toned. Stay stoned works too though. Just don't tell anybody I said it. First little bit, come over here. So when you're first standing up, one of the things I see a ton of people have an issue with, and I always go over this when I do a seminar, is you want to tuck the log as tight as you can to your hip. The reason for that is the tighter it is, the less of a gap you have, which means the less it slides. I always tell people when you stand up, push your hips forward. So that way when you come down, it's nice and tight, rather than it being way out here. And look at that, how much harder it is. Obviously, if you've lifted, deadlifted, everything else, you know, the further away it is, the heavier it is. Also, the more room it has to slip. So nice and tight, tuck it in, hold it tight, and lock it in that spot with your upper back. That's the first little bit. So the next tip is gonna be the finish of the clean. So like I said, you're gonna tuck it up nice and tight. To clean it perfectly, you're going to violently come up. A lot of people want to do it gingerly and be careful and slow. And when you're trying to figure it all out at the beginning, that makes a lot of sense. Take your time, get comfortable. But once you've found your comfort level is to the point where you can trust yourself, then you need to be violent with your clean. You're gonna have it nice and tight. You're gonna stand up with your hips thrusting, squeeze your glutes all the way through, and come all the way up here. And as you're coming up to the top, you're extremely violent with this. So as you pop up, it's almost like you're punching through the log. And you wanna finish with your elbows super high and nice and tight, so you have control here. And now, a lot of people don't like to press with them tight. You can relax them out a little bit before you press, that's preference. But the reason you want to tighten them on the way up is just to put it in the right place. So you just, boom, real strong and tight. High elbows, lock your wrist to where none of this is gonna fluctuate. It's right here, not here, not here, not here, all that, it's right there. That will make your clean so much easier. High, tight, aggressive clean. Check it out. Really aggressive. If you're going to where maybe you're doing like 60 seconds or you're trying to get a bunch of reps in and you end up popping yourself in the mouth, we always tell people, if you're hitting yourself in the face, that means you're doing it right. Remember that one. Right here should be your comfort zone. You should always be very comfortable right here. You should be able to hang out, relax, breathe, chill. This should be a reset spot for you. Once you get it in your lap, you should be able to stop for a minute, pause. So now we get to the equipment a little bit. For strongman, there's so much specific stuff that we have that we use to try and make sure we get every advantage we possibly can. If you go to check out Evolution Athletics, if you go check them out, we've got everything you see me wearing here, from these non-slide shorts to the knee sleeves, these right here, and the shirt. Most everyone watching this understands knee sleeves, elbow sleeves, belt, wrist wraps, all that kind of stuff. What we've got now that's pretty unique is these shorts, and the shorts and the shirt combined make it to where there's no slide in the log, it sticks. It's insane how much that helps, insane. I've been having a bunch of problems. I tore both my forearms off the bone, and so like for the longest time, cleaning has been bothering me, and now with this stuff on, it feels great, it feels easy. I could do it. We'll put a link in the description below for Evolution Athletics. You can check out their stuff. Best stuff made by the greatest strongman of all time, Brian Shaw, and made for athletes. So if you're trying to make sure that you have every advantage when you go into competition, make sure you hit that link, lift like the pros do. Okay, so we've gone over a lot of the basic stuff with the log press. I wanted to do a little bit, close out like a little bit of extra information here. We spoke about being violent with that clean, having the high elbows. When you get to that point, you've done 3/4 of the work. That is a huge thing to practice, which is why I always tell people to do the log clean by itself, separate, to train it. I'm gonna give you guys kind of a 4-week, like little program, which you guys can do for 4 weeks to have a quick build and test your max, and hopefully get you guys some nice little PRs. And for you English people, PBs. What I was saying is you wanna be violent with that clean, and you get that spot where your elbows are high. If you notice on my forearms, like see that, like how it goes out right here, that lump? That comes from those cleans. Years and years of beating myself up cleaning the log. Again, so we're high, we're tight, we're in that spot, and that trajectory that you want is almost as if you're pushing it through your nose and forehead. It's like going here. We're here, high and tight, we're gonna push through this, and it's gonna come right up. Make sure you're hitting the right trajectory. Something to remember as well. A lot of guys have issues when they go outside. A lot of guys, they'll train inside all the time, and they get this thing where stepping outside, all of a sudden there's nothing to focus on, and they get all dizzy, and I've seen it happen many times. It may sound silly to some of you guys, but when you're log pressing, change up the environment. Go outside, focus on something, don't focus on something, close your eyes on some. You wanna do your best to be prepared for what's gonna happen and replicate as many situations as you can. Obviously, tricep strength is a big thing to talk about. Lockout and stability is a big thing to talk about. Lower back strength and upper back strength. There's so many intricate details. I would never be able to get into all of them in this short video. The process in becoming your best, it's a process, just like I said. I'm not just gonna be my best because I decided to try something. I'm gonna be my worst when I decide to try, and then I gotta build up to it. Just make sure that you keep routine, you keep it going, and you keep believing in yourself and having fun. I cannot tell you how important it is to have fun. Lastly, I wanted to give you guys a quick little 4-week kind of like build into a pop to where you can have a good look at what your true max is. Technically, it's gonna be 5 weeks, but 4 weeks of work, a chill week, a week to bang to see where you're at for a PR or a PB. I'm not gonna give you a detailed plan. This isn't gonna be like some freaking super extensive thing. I just wanna give you the nuts and bolts of what I would do if I had 5 weeks till World's Strongest Man or 5 weeks till something where I had a big log press. This is what I would do. I would separate my clean and my press, and you train twice a week. Now, what that means is, let's say you're gonna do a Monday and a Thursday. Monday, you're gonna come in and you're going to work your clean. You're gonna press and you're gonna clean and press, clean and press. First week, you'll go to about anywhere between 75 to 85%. 80% is that sweet spot. You wanna do 2 to 3 sets of 2 to 3. I don't know you. Like you're watching this, you're sitting at home, hopefully you're not rubbing on your wee-wee. Like I don't know you. I don't know exactly what to give you. I'm trying to give a general layout for people so you can all kind of pick and take what from it you will. That's week 1 on a Monday. So you're gonna do those sets and then you do all your accessory work, make sure you hit your overhead triceps, your biceps, your back, you do all that accessory work. To finish off your Monday workout, you're gonna do an EMOM every minute on the minute, log clean, just the clean. You're gonna go to that 80 or 85%, not 75% for the EMOM, 80 or 85%. You're gonna do 8 to 12 minutes of 2 to 5 reps. Now, when all these options are laid out and someone tells you can go 8 to 12 minutes at 2 to 5 reps, a lot of people take that as like, I'm gonna do 8 minutes at 2 reps. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you find your spot, you do the work that it takes, and you don't overexert yourself to where your back's blown out, but you don't underexert yourself to where you're not getting that work. 8 to 12 minutes, 2 to 5 reps, you should be aiming to be at the top end of that. Monday's done. Thursday, we're gonna do log out of the rack. Log out of the rack is gonna be much more reps, much more work. You're gonna get a little bit lower end at first of the weight. So at the beginning on Thursday, you're gonna do between 70 and 75% of your max, and you're gonna hit between 4 and 8 sets of 8 to 12. You're gonna blow the crap out of your shoulders. And you're gonna work as best you can on perfect form, perfect reps. You're not trying to get numbers, you're trying to be a better presser. You're gonna hit those reps, then you're gonna strip it down to 50, 40% of your max, and you're going to do so many reps you lose count. Rack it, breathe, rep, and you're gonna do that for 3 to 5 sets. And you can strip weight down as you go. If it's light and you can get a ton of reps, leave it there. Move the weight around a little bit. It's not about the weight. It's not about the number. It's about being exhausted, and it's about working through it. Teaching your body that when it's exhausted does not mean that you're done. First week out of the way, boom. Next week, you're gonna creep up a little bit on your Monday. You're gonna go 80, 85, maybe 87% of your max. Same numbers, same sets, same reps. Back down to your EMOM. Do another EMOM. Now I'm telling you, if you guys have not done an EMOM like I'm saying, it's gonna eat your freaking guts. I'm telling you it will. Enjoy it, make a message and send it to me afterwards. You can hashtag Strong and Pity on Instagram, or you can just tag me in it somewhere. Make sure that I see it. If you're suffering, I wanna know, because it makes me feel like I've done something right. I suffer in here all the time, so I hope you guys are suffering too. Then you go into your Thursday. You're gonna creep up heavier in that too. You're gonna go a little bit heavier. If you went 70%, you go 75. If you went 75%, you go about 80. When you get 2 weeks out, so you've done 2 weeks, you flip them. You go back to your clean and press and you make that lighter. Your clean is gonna be a little bit lighter. Your press is gonna be a little bit lighter. Your EMOM is gonna be a little bit lighter. So if you were at 85%, next week, you're at 70%. Same rep range. If you feel like you're not getting enough, you can do a couple extra strict presses in your clean and presses. Get the work in. Don't go too far, because you're not trying to exhaust yourself at this point. We've exhausted ourselves. We're completing this short little window we have to build. You're gonna hit those, you're gonna do your EMOM at a lower weight with a higher rep count. So if you were at 70% on your EMOM, I want you at 50, 60%. And if you were doing 8 minutes at 2 reps, I want you to do 10 minutes at 4 reps, 10 minutes at 5 reps. Just up the numbers. It's not a game of like, oh, well, I did 8 minutes at 4 reps and I only got 3 in the last 2 sets, so I'm not gonna accomplish my goals. That's not how it works. The guy who goes to his maximal, the guy who goes to 100% effort, that guy's gonna do his best. It just is what it is. This sport rewards those who work. Then we're gonna get into Thursday that week, week 3. Out of the rack, we're gonna go 90, 94, 95%. You're gonna hit heavy and big, and you're gonna do 3 to 4 sets of, I'm hoping 2. You can do sets of 1 if it's super heavy. I don't think you're really in 90, 95% if you can only do 1 rep. You should be able to do 2 reps. You're doing it out of the rack too, so you're not exhausting yourself on the clean. They should be a shoe-in. You should be able to bang these out. So you get those sets in, make sure you're locking out, hitting hard. Then I want you to back it down to 40%, and I want you to do 3 sets of what we call suicides. 3 sets, max reps. Take as long a break as you want in between. Now, we're into week 4, which is 2 weeks before you test yourself. 2 weeks before, we're gonna find out where you're really at. We're on the Monday. We're gonna go almost to where we were at the beginning, but on the lighter side. So the first week, if you did 80%, I want you at 75, 77%. Same rep range, same numbers, just a hair lighter. And I want it to be explosive. So when you press it, don't press it like, oh, press it like I'm here to freaking get it. Press that thing out, do your work, come down, do your EMOM. Again, exact same EMOM as the week before. Week 4 and week 3 have the same EMOM. You go to week 4 on your Thursday, I want you to work between 92 and 98%. Do not fail. Do not fail. That's the biggest mistake a lot of guys can have, is they'll go too much. If you're hitting, let's say 300 is what you feel like your max is, and you go up there and you hit 280 and you're like, oh man, that's so easy, like I could kill this, I wanna hit 315 right now. If your PR is 300, you don't wanna hit a new record while you're building for your record. Your goal isn't to be your best in the gym, it's to teach your body to peak and be your best when it counts. If you hit a 290, you think your max is 300, and you feel like you want to go over 3 to hit another set, don't. There's no point to it. Do another set at 290. Do a 295. Do whatever it takes to keep your confidence through the roof. Stay at that weight and be smart. In week 4, Monday, you're going to be finishing up. It's going to be a lot more of a fluidity thing on your cleans. You're going to work that clean. You're going to build up to, at most, 75, maybe 80%, and you're gonna do singles, 4 to 6 sets of 1. And that's just to get your body in the rhythm of a perfect rep. Finish that thing out, bang it out, get your EMOM done, same as the week before, and you're in perfect position to succeed. You're on your Thursday, last time you're gonna go heavy before your maximal lift. Like I said, you wanna go to 90, 95% at most. Do not go over what you think your max is. Do not fail. Do not fail. Make sure that no matter what you do, you're coming in on your test day thinking you're gonna succeed. You're gonna be the champ, you're gonna be the best. You got this, it's easy. That's the mentality that will win. That's what it takes. Done with 4 weeks of prep. You get that last week 5. I would probably clean and press on both days. It's up to you. But I would do, maybe 60 to 70% at most. Maybe 2 to 4 reps at most. You want to do it very light, almost like it's just fluid. You're just there for fun. You want to back off the accessory work almost to none. It's showtime for you. Week 5 is showtime. So week 5 is make sure that the body remembers how to do everything. Don't exhaust the body. You come in next week, and so you've been doing Monday and Thursday are your log days. I'd say you come in and you either pick Monday or Thursday. You get some good sleep the night before. Make sure you get a nice, good, heavy meal the night before. Wake up, feel fresh, get some nice eggs in you, go and crush it. Go in there confident, finish it strong. Now, if you guys do this, I'd love to hear your response. I've done this with a lot of athletes. It's what I do. I'm hoping that it helps you guys out. I just wanted to kind of share a little bit. I always try to hide a bit of what I do in training. It's my job, you know, I'm not gonna give away the farm, but I do want to help you guys. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know how it works out for you. If you guys have questions or you want me to clarify some stuff, if something I said makes no sense, which happens all the time, then just call me out on it and we'll figure it out together. Make sure you guys are having fun. Stay strong, stay pretty, guys, and I'll see you next time.